Hey there and welcome back. And yes, today I'm back with my Chevrolet Corvair project. And today I think it's finally going to be roadworthy. I need to replace these terrible tires. You can see it's starting to crack right there. This one here doesn't look as bad, but it is extremely old. I don't think Firestone has made a tire that looks like that in a very long time. This tire was called the Safety Champion. And I'm really excited about that because to replace these old nasty tires, I was able to get a proper set of tires for this car. These tires are from Coker Tire and normally they are $350 some, and they're on sale right now for about $98 a piece. Let's open these up and take a look at them. And yes, these are wide whites. Now I haven't decided completely whether I'm going to go with the wide whites or the black walls. So I'm going to get these mounted and then you'll see which one I've chosen. I put the wheel with the best tire on it in the engine bay as a spare, and I've replaced all of the others. And here it is. I chose to go with the wide whites and I think the car looks great. If you've never had a set of white walls, usually they come with a blue soap that's on them. These did not come with that, and it is very hard to keep white walls clean. So if you've never had a set of these before, they look great, but they are a bit more to keep clean. I'm finally ready to take the Corvair out on the road. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's start it up. This car is pretty loud when you first start it up, but as it warms up, it actually becomes pretty quiet and nice. But when it's cold like this, with those exhaust leaks, it is pretty loud. But you'll see as I drive along that this car will become pretty quiet, and even if I were sitting here with it idling, it would be quiet later on once it's warmed up. The clutch is a little sticky. It's not disengaging fully, so might have to turn it back off, put it in gear a couple times. See if we can get that clutch broke loose. Okay, I'm going to start it in gear. All right, now we can shift through the gears. The clutch is disengaged. Right now the fuel gauge is reading empty, so let's go to a fuel station and put some fuel in it. All right, I'm going to pull over. I'm having a lot of trouble disengaging the clutch. I wonder if the linkage isn't quite right. I didn't have this much problem in the parking lot trying to drive it. Alright, so I'm pushing the clutch in and then I'm giving it a little rev to make sure that it's broken loose before I shift into the next gear. Alright, we made it to fourth gear. Car's quieting down a little bit now. I'd really like to make it to the fuel station. As far as the steering, the car is very tight, very responsive to the steering inputs. And it's really just floating down the road right now. I imagine the shocks need to be replaced, but they're just fine for now. And here we are at the fuel station. I'm going to fill it up and then we'll see if that fuel gauge goes to full. It only took 1.5 gallons, so there must be something wrong with the sender. I did put a new sender in it. Should be working, but I'll have to get that on the lift and take a look. I'm just waiting to exit the gas station right now, and you can hear the car is actually pretty quiet now, which is surprising with all those exhaust leaks. It's not obnoxious or anything. I can see why people like these cars. They're really comfortable. They have a really light feeling on the steering wheel. They're very easy to drive. I mean, mine would be a lot easier if the clutch wasn't sticking the whole time. And I don't know what you're seeing on the camera right now, but I imagine this car looks pretty great with these new white walls. I made it back, and as you can hear, the car is idling and it sounds pretty good. Let's put it back on the lift, see if we can figure out what's wrong with the fuel gauge, why that's not reading. All of the wires look to be in place on the sender. So I'm gonna wiggle all the connections and see if that makes a difference. Wiggling the wires did not work. It is still reading empty. I'm gonna pull one of the wires off now. So let's disconnect the main sender wire. Now the gauge is reading full. Now I'm going to connect that terminal to ground. Now it's reading empty. So the gauge is working correctly. I don't know why my new sender is not. I don't think there's any way to install that sender upside down, but I'll have to use some fuel and see if the gauge is working backwards. But I think it only goes in one way. I found a picture on my phone from when I put fuel in it before, and it did read full. So I'm not sure why that sender is not working anymore. Still, I'll drive it a little bit and see what the fuel gauge does. Maybe that will give us some clues. And that's going to be it for today. The Corvair is now drivable, but I haven't done any kind of tune-up on this car yet. So next time, I think I'm going to concentrate on the engine, and we'll see if we can make this car run even better. If you want to see that and other videos like this one, comment below and click subscribe.